This season, we discover the artist in the city of brotherly love. Welcome to Spotlight. I'm SirLanceJay, and I'm sitting here with Philadelphia's own poet, Andress. Andress, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So, before we get started with these interview questions, I want to play 2 truths and a lie. So, he has come up with the 2 truths and a lie. So, let's get right into it.
My favorite color is purple. I hate broccoli, and I love country music.
Okay. Well, the truth is you like country music. Broccoli, I feel like, is that you hate it. I feel like it's a lie because you're so tall. So, and you're an athlete. So, are you an athlete?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an athlete. So that's a lie.
No,
That you hate broccoli.
I hate broccoli.
For real?
I hate broccoli for real.
What was the first one?
My favorite color is purple.
It is. So that's. What are you, a Ravens fan?
Nah, I'm Eagles fan.
Okay, why purple?
I don't know. I really don't. This purple is nice. It's a good. It seems like a real good color. Nah, that's not even the color that I. No, it's not even the color that I wear.
Choose the one that's on your skin.
Right.
Green. That's all right. All right. So let's get right into it. What is your inspiration when it comes to poetry?
It's usually just anything that I feel, any emotion that I have, because I'm not really a vocal person. I'm not like open, like conversation wise. So I don't never go around and I'm like, oh, this is. So I use that to just express what I have, what I'm thinking. Usually it's just, it gets me out of a bad space. So I write what I want to see instead of what I
So
actually.
Emotion is your biggest inspiration when it comes to your work.
Yeah.
And would you say, what kind of inspiration? So like maybe, let's just say a death in the family or a relationship or a friendship or like stuff like that.
Yeah, and it don't even always have to be like personal.
Okay.
It can be like just if I see somebody else in a situation, I write not particularly for them, but like for everybody who is in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, because like
you're a voice for the people.
I try to be. Yeah, okay. I try to be.
All right. So when did you realize that you wanted to become a poet?
That's a good question. I actually, it wasn't really a choice. I was like, oh, I want to write. My first poem, I dreamt about. Like I wasn't writing. I didn't write. I didn't read like poetry. I didn't read books really. But I had a dream. In my dream, it was like a narrated poem, and I was going through like a situation where I was on a cliff, and I had people with me, and nobody wanted to jump with me, but everybody came.
Like Jesus.
No.
No, for real. Like you was like Jesus because Jesus, he was trying to do stuff and disciple. But the people wasn't trying to follow him.
When you put it like that, but I ain't gonna say I was like Jesus though. But you know what I'm saying.
Well,
but
I
get what you're saying. Yeah. But I had people with me that would like agreed to we was going base jumping. They agreed, yeah. They agreed to go with me and jump off the cliff. And once we got there, nobody wanted to jump. So I wound up just jumping on my own. And like the poem that I wrote, like I can't really remember verbatim. But like the poem that I wrote, like at the end of it was like I'm just waiting for somebody to jump with me. And when I woke up, I was like, what was that? So I wrote it down. Like I wrote the whole thing down. Wow. And I went downstairs. I said it to my mom. I read it to my mom, and she started crying while I was reading it. She was crying. She was like, "Who wrote that?" I was like, I guess I did. Like I just dreamt about it, wrote it down, said it, and she was like, wow. And then I just started writing.
Wow. So I don't want to go back. I don't want to go into religion too much, but and I don't know the Bible that well, but I know stories and movies. And you sound like Joseph, the King of Dreams. What you mean? I'm serious. Joseph dreamt, and you know things was happening.
That's a good comparison.
Them crops happened. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's in 7 years and something nights. But you know, I'm just saying, like that just sounds like that. And you know, I think it's amazing that you were able to, you know, dream of something and then, you know, remember it when you woke up and wrote it all down. Because
yeah, no, that is really. I don't even like give myself credit for that because it just, I don't know how it happened. It just happened. I give glory to God for it. I mean, giving me that gift, and then the rest that was it. That's why I fell in love with it.
So tell me about the book. The book you have out is on Amazon, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what was the process of making that
It
entire book?
wasn't even a process of writing the book. It was just me on social media, just writing, and I would just post different pieces that I would write. And over time, people was liking it, and they was showing love and all that. And then everybody started like commenting, "Oh, you should write a book. You should write a book." I was like, "Nah, I ain't writing a book." I was like, "I'm good. I'm not gonna write a book." I was like, "No, you should write a book. You should write a book." Nah, I'm cool. I'm not writing a book. And then
God was telling you to write that.
Right, and then it was just right. It was just so much to the point where I was like, "Fine, I'll write a book. I'll write a book. That'll be cool." And then people really liked it. It was cool.
All right. So if you had to see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years, what do you see as in your art? What do you see happening? You have one book out now. Do you see more books in the future? Do you see maybe doing some more, or going to clubs and doing more not stand up? What do they call it? Like spoken word. Like what do you see?
I would love to do that. I would love to, you know, like doing spoken word and open mics and all that. I would love to be in there and go to an event and do this and network with different poets and writers. As for the next 2 to 3 years, I got a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do. Like I want to set up like myself financially, career wise, because even though this is like writing is something that I love doing, art is something that I love, I have to put myself in a position where I am still stable. I'm still stable enough to keep doing what I love. You know what I'm saying? Right. And actually, you know, I don't want to sell myself short, because I know there's like so many artists that dedicate themselves to their art, and they're just like, I'm doing this every single day, and that's awesome.
Well, don't go anywhere just yet. Andress is about to hit the spotlight and recite one of his poems.
I want to write you a letter. One that does justice to the heaven we have created in the midst of all of this chaos. Use the sky as notebook paper, the clouds as ink. Carve I love you in the sun so it's the first thing you see when your eyes lift their heads from prayer. Don't mind the fact that it isn't sealed, because every day I find a new reason to fall in love with you, and I never want to stop writing about it. See, I fell in love with you the first moment we met. The night where your smile became the lighthouse to this lost ship I call a heart. I want to know your favorite place to be. Some place where your problems oversleep and we leave without them, where every worry turns into a sandcastle built too close to shore.